We'll see whether this is going to be what pushes Griffin over the line. A spicy bottom lane has been picked up, but now the Sylas versus the Hecarim will be the top lane matchup. Sword versus Khan, very close friends.
I think Hecarim could actually really work in this matchup because you can't just ignore and push the wave against Ignite Hecarim, who's going to twirl like a helicopter and try to do something different. The jungle matchup is probably the most standard of everything going on, but Chovy Zakali being last pick on blue side and still available, that is pretty bold. He is still undefeated on this in pro play.
Yeah, and I mean, he said it earlier, he's not afraid of anyone. Akali is a champion that some people do think has a lot of vulnerability and weaknesses, but when you pilot it really well and get out of the early laning phase.
Oh, that is going to be that first blood coming in! We couldn't even let the SKT fans
three times, and Tarzan says, thank you very much. I'll have an Inferno, and Sword wants a pony.
Exactly, 300 health now. On to Khan, he's in trouble. No teleport available, will have a turret here. Clid waiting around, ultimate's going to be traded here. That's going to be the solo kill for Sword. It's traded back, but they get everything for that one. SKT, they should be able to burst this one down. It is taken by Clid, very close as Tarzan tries to launch forward. Realm Warp gets SKT out of there, but have they gone far enough? The man drop comes forward, doesn't do too much. Onslaught of shadows into the back line as Sword gets himself into his Zhonya's. Can he escape? The answer is yes. The dash comes back up, and now Viper is here to give him some cover fire. Griffin. Teleport's going to come in from Griffin. They do not want to give this one away. It's Chovy. He's going to join the fight. Half the health bar now on the Dragon as Lahens just happy to walk on over, gets Khan out of the fight as Redemption does come down. It's going to be a 50-50 as Tarzan is in this pit as Sword goes into his first Sonya's. The steal comes in. Griffin have locked down the Dragon, and Faker in the back of the pit is trying to kill Sword, but he's so frustrating finally. Teddy locks him down, and now Tarzan. Stopwatch ain't going to be enough, and Chovy is now waiting in the gates, but SKT don't care. They get themselves into the correct position. Pick themselves up a double for their man in the mid lane, and SKT may have turned it.
Griffin get the steal, but SKT's able to make it front to back. This is the time they were looking for.
Yeah, this
and
is another Realm Warp.
Kill.
It's Faker's one this time. His True Shot Barrage is even going to help try and take Chovy down. Remember, there's no turrets up here, guys, so this might be the great escape, but Khan has a lot of movement speed.
Against the Griffin team comp, you can't suddenly Weaver's Wall in and do
another
a Pantheon ult. They'll just run.
Faker jumps on over, but it does get interrupted. Faker gets his passive shield. It's down very low. Now finally goes into the stopwatches of the Weaver's Wall. Actually blocks Chovy. He has to flash to get over the top. Marta goes golden. And is Faker falling down? Marta the next one to follow, and SKT can't re-enter this fight.
It was so big that they could stop Faker from getting out because they could actually set up.
Yep, well, Clid is going to try and come in for the 50-50. Can he actually get the steal? Realm Warp once again going to try and put Faker in the pit, but no, it's just for the vision. He gets on over, but he's unable to get the steal. Ultimate flies forward from Clid. He flashes to get himself out, but not even Sword is going to die as Teddy very aggressively dives into the Baron pit. But Griffin, once again, it's the grab and go.
And SK Telecom, they're trying to stop the backs, but they're not going to be able to, and now
Griffin didn't really have a window. They're basically robbing a place.
Yeah.
They robbed a Baron. As, Khan and Clid need to consider their option one, but it's going to be a decent trade. Here we go.
Yep, staying over the side of the wall. Marta does break it, though, and there's the knock-up. Marta finds it this time. Lahens down to the GA teleport from Griffin as Chovy has finally found the back line. But you can see it's Griffin trying to hold this one off. Khan goes golden, gets the ultimate off, and SKT, they found the team fight they wanted, and they should be able to find the Baron a minute before the Elder.
They punch the Magician in the face and say, we're fighting now, and the Boxer is going to be the one.
They've got a guard horse here as well, Papa. Teleport going to come in as Lahens gets into position. Chovy inside the pit. The ultimate comes down from Lahens' Viper. Has to go golden. This steal as the Pantheon man drops his way into a 4-stack Elder Drake. SKT is still going to be able to grab the kills. Teddy finds even more. It was a heroic steal, but I just don't think it's heroic enough because SKT have routed Griffin, and there's only a Chovy that remains.
Chovy's going to try to buy time. He can't do it. What did you get? Elder Dragon. What did it cost? Everything. SK Telecom T1. I think they just end it right now.
Exactly. Chovy is going to have to try and go back and do something very impressive, but the stop of the back, and SKT have taken game number 1. This is incredible. Griffin tried to run them around for so incredibly long. It didn't matter. In the end, SKT team fought and they on.
If you actually shroud on the corner, you can be pushed out of it, depending on the targeting timing, and actually be accountable. The Ignite can be there. I believe SKT said that Sword's champion range didn't include a pick that could dominate Akali 1v1, so that's why we saw the blind Akali. The Hecarim, yes, it's more to the tank side, but you build Trinity Force before you build any tanky items, so let's see if we see some attention top side to try to take down Akali.
Yeah. Well,
And
SKT
the
actually
Azir.
aggressively
Oh,
moving
man,
into the jungle. That's going to be a double taunt landing. There from Mata. Tarzan very, very low. Will go down for first one. It goes over to Khan. Mata uses his whole health bar, and it's absolutely fine. 2 kills.
The Ezreal, he's going to be able to zone out Ezreal. There's actually not that much threat behind it, so I actually think Griffin needs to get going in the early mid-game and might have some scaling issues. Azir, a scaling god in and of himself. Azir's now got a lane against a no-flash Lissandra, as we know. And speaking of Lissandra,
yeah, Faker's going to come on over. He's only level 4, but he's still got enough damage. Clint's going to help out.
And when 3 of your champions want to go into SKT, the Ezreal is going to be all by himself.
Oh, that's a single-man taunt, but he gets stunned up. Mata has to flash to get out of the way. Justice Punch to go back in. Mata knows that he is finished, and Viper picks up the first kill for Griffin.
it was so important that Tarzan...
Some damage, he's trying to get them off it, but it looks like SKT should be able to have a monopoly of this area. Chovy moving on over, wants to take down
Tarzan.
Faker. It's stolen somehow, is Teddy. He's trying to find the teleport, gets it! Just before Viper makes his way into the fight, but can Griffin still manage to get the work done? The answer is just a straight up no. The ultimate comes through from Chovy to get one on the back end, but you can see Faker still trying to do damage. Mata is in here with 200 health. He does have a lot of damage available there at this particular level, but Faker should be able to finish this one off. One more auto. Can he get on top of Chovy? Gets it with the final Q.
Already tells you everything you need to know about how mid lane has gone.
Oh,
Chovy tries the ult.
He's going to get in there. It's going to get locked down, but the heroic entrance comes in. The bouncy castle is erected, and Faker blocks down the kill on his opposite number. Make that a double as the Olaf falls.
One more time, but the minion wave just evaporates.
This is about as all in as he can get as Chovy gets over to the side. The flash does come in from Khan, stays out of vision, but it doesn't matter when it's Alessandro. Heroic entrance comes forward. Khan still alive for so long. Gunblade comes in, and he's in turret range. Khan, the god!
Khan's able to clean it up. Mata in position as well. It's all too obvious. An axe or some other spells, an ignite even from Sword where it's still available. That's how he knew to kite back, and kite back to a benefit, as Sword is pretty overextended but can ult away.
Yeah, Onslaught of Shadows is going to help him here. Klid's still chasing after the horse. The teleport comes in. No CC necessary because the best CC is death. And SKT even get themselves in a turret.
At some point, Occam's Razor says that Teddy heard what you said about the cuddling, took exception, and is now just trying to kill everyone. Where they stand. Griffin, though, they're trying to outnumber on Faker.
Yeah, should be able to get a knock up here. Okay. Jumps through the wall with the Onslaught of Shadows, but heroic entrance comes down. They don't have enough damage as Faker. He's even still alive. Stands amongst 3. Straight up doesn't care. Shifting sands. Gets him the shield. He even takes down the horse himself.
I don't think Griffin can fight for 2 objectives, and I think you get
No,
whichever
I don't
one
think
you
so
really
either.
want. So go for bonus.
Whoa,
Here we go.
there's the flash. Big taunt coming out from Mata to start this one off. Lahans throws the ultimate back towards Teddy, but it doesn't interrupt the culling. It's not the cuddling anymore. Chovy trying to stand the back line, but he just does no damage. Sword is too late to the fight, and as he jumps in, he just gets taunted. Faker sweeps the floor, and Griffin members die. The Ragnarok's not going to be enough. Viper can't run fast enough. And Griffin, I think you're done this time around. Khan's found Tarzan, and he's just playing with his food.
Cleans him up. That's another kill to SKT. Another wipe. They're pushing through mid lane. They want to go home early.
Yeah, exactly. We've got 4 minions here. SKT, they can tank up turrets if they want to. Maybe not Mata, as Viper still does some damage. But look at these turrets melt. The
This is
Nexus
it.
will follow, and SK Telecom will move to match point in the final of LCK Spring 2019.
Buffs up his reputation. We know about how good a player Tarzan has been, but now you have to stand to be counted. Griffin are facing 3 match points. They've gone back to something that SKT is going to be more familiar with on stage from game number 1. There's champs here that are strong, but can they actually get the early to mid game going? Like you say, that timer on what could be a super fast best of 5 is very much running.
Yeah, and both of these junglers as well are our Elise players. Well, it might be Clid
Clid's
that comes
here.
in first. Exactly right. Gets the flash knockoff. and Viper should be going down. Lahens just has to watch.
Got a pretty decent ultimate, but definitely some lost opportunity. But Griffin, they really want to force the agenda.
Yep, you can see Clid, he's still here. Okay, that's a stun, just wants to get the aftershock, but the stun comes in. Martin had landed that one, as Tarzan may have to flash to get out of this. Does so after the repel, but no one's dead. As Tarzan and Clid are once again going to find one another. That is great reaction time there from Tarzan, who wants to get the cocoon off. Lands it, but that's on a minion. It's not what you want, and that's the second kill for SKT. The flash from Lahens wants the kill under Clid. He does so much damn damage, but just not enough. 100 health gets Clid out of there. Right, World Ender does come out on the top side of the map as Khan hasn't used his yet. They're trying to fight this one out. Sword should be able to get there. Wind Slash comes in, but it's not late enough. Look at that health bar. Gets himself the shield. Not enough. Sword gets the 1v1 solo kill. Whoa, okay, Clid. He's going to turn up. Chovy gets in here, wants to find an ultimate position. Throws it out, doesn't land it onto Clid, but there's the Dark. We've got the man drop. Lahens doesn't land the damage, but Clid has nowhere to go, and Faker can't affect anything now.
Transforms and second item completions means you can't play the lanes the same way.
Well, that's going to be the knockup. That's going to be the stun. There's so much CC, but the seismic shove isn't enough. Aftershock is there for Faker, remember, and they turn it completely on its head. Sword is doing a lot of damage. Clid has to flash to get out. World Ender probably not going to be enough here to save Sword's life. Gets the flash. Umbral Dash gets him out of there. Flash forward from Faker, though. Avoids and destroys as SKT turn it around. Ultimate, guys, it's okay. Just make sure you fight them in a specific area. Because Lahens turns up and says, this is my area. Immediate cleanse. But the Ignite comes in afterwards. Aftershock from solo kill.
We're not going to lose the game over 100 gold. We don't have to fight if we don't want to.
Well, Khan, he's going to start a fight here, but just immediately gets evaporated. Clid now tries to get out, locks himself in with the Cataclysm, and it's Teddy here with the damage. The Silas is going to fall. The flash forward from Lahens gets a double on this Pantheon. Teddy turns it, gets himself the stun. Knockup comes in, and that's another one. Viper finally getting in amongst this fight. There's another one going in the mid lane, though, and Sword gets rid of Faker. Viper now trying to get out as Teddy is turning it now. It's his turn to carry. Gets another one. Sword, can he get the 1v1? And I think the answer is no. That is 4 for 4. Khan is going to be here. Umbral Dash going to be available. This is really
He's role-playing a wall.
sneaky. Oh my God! He does it. You could not have timed that better.
And he managed to get away. That was so well played.
We're at 50 with any SKT gold lead. It's massive for them.
Well, Tarzan's going to try and make this a 50-50. Sword diving on forward. There's the man drop. Weaver's wall. All of the buttons have been pressed. Sword going down to the World Ender. The AoE's finally getting in there. Lahens not doing enough damage. And Khan says the last fight was an illusion. This is a double kill. Make it a triple as Chovy tries to get out and just finds the backhand of an Ezreal. Well, Griffin is still going to try and find it here. Mandrop comes down. Repel is up. Lahens finds the flash, jumps onto Teddy, but Teddy's out of there. Can he create enough distance as Chovy has locked down Mana, but is it actually going to be enough?
Wow.
Khan gets in, has himself the triple knock-up, dives forward. It's going to be Teddy that grabs that first kill for SKT, and now Khan is just sweeping this one under the rug. It's all too much. Faker finally gets himself one of these in these team fights, and Viper has nowhere he can be on the map.
It felt like I was looking at Ghosts of Christmas Past and what this game could have been.
Yeah.
They outnumbered. It was the perfect play. But there's just too much gold on SKT.
That's called smacking him with your wallet, Papa Smithy. As True Shot Barrage not going to work. The Viper's still for a long time. See your death and see your defeat in the LCK final for Spring 2019. Spring often does this to us, gentlemen. We often get the quick ones in the early stages of the year, but this is one that I don't think anyone expected. SKT 3-0 over Griffin after their incredible first round robin.